Hello everyone, and welcome to another Arknights Endfield video. Today's video is going to be a bit different, because technically, well, the last video did at the very end involve some headhunting to get the very first 6-star. A lot has happened since then, like them giving us a free 6-star, and of course, it has been pretty much over 2 weeks, 16 days. Levitain, Sarter, however you want to call her, is now gone, and Gilberta is now available to grab, specifically as the guarantee.
Neck straight, shoulders relaxed, chest in, hips loose, legs firm. Here goes. Shoo! I'm busy!
Okay, aside from LeFang, talking in front of me here, where do we begin? So, this is how far I am with the story, just to kind of give you guys an idea here. So about here, I pretty much am taking my time. Don't know much what else to really mention, honestly. What are these? So, beacons. Okay, I'm assuming to be able to go back and forth at certain points of this area of the map. The reasoning why I'm not going as fast is I'm just taking the time to enjoy whenever I can, and do other things on the side as well as the main story, on top of whatever I'm else doing, what may end up happening. Okay, so I don't always get to play several hours, like 4+ hours each and every day for this game. I might try to do the dailies, but then I go to something else or do something else. So I'm not always every single day playing this game a lot, or for a decent amount of hours. On top of the fact that I'm taking my time with it, this is how far I have gotten playing daily, and just look at my account level, okay? To get an idea, it's getting to the point that I've stocked up so much of the beginner shit that I'm starting to rush to get to the point where I can get to exploration level 3, so that I can finally E2 characters, so I can start actually using different pieces of gear up to purple. The fact that they gave you purple and then gold gear, materials to do that, and it's like my account level suggests I should be in that area, but in terms of actually progressing the main story, that is not what is going on or happening. So it's very, very, very obvious that it's very easy to get stocked up on all the things and not really progressing the main story. Very easy to. There is so much to do in this game, this free-to-play gacha game, that I'm not really, this is the launch of the game. This is not like a couple years into the game, like Reverse 1999, for example. This is literally the launch of this game. And this is how far I've gone in terms of the main story. That just shows how much there is to do aside from the main story. I know some people do probably rush through the main story to unlock everything. That is not what I've done. I do know that there's ruling. I'm waiting for some characters to be available, but I really just haven't done that. I've just been focusing on getting things set up, doing more with the factory, going to these different areas. I have not finished doing anything above the Rock Hill passage. I have not really done much at all in the Abjur Quarry. I just unlocked this very first thing, and that's it. Got the power lines to it. And yeah, this is where we are right now. This video won't be a story video, obviously, since I'm this far already and there hasn't been another video about, a video pertaining to the story. To me, I think I'm gonna be off and on with this game. There really isn't much traction to me when it comes to doing videos for this game. So I'm just gonna take my time and enjoy it. And I probably won't be really making like too many videos over it. Unlike normal Arknights. Anyway. Will I end up doing more videos of this game in the future? Probably. But this is kinda how I did it with Arknights when I first started playing this game. And when I started doing live streams, it was the challenge mode over the main episodes. Not really doing main, like, story stuff. I could in the future, but again, I don't think there's really much interest in that. So maybe things change if there are actually more people interested in that sort of thing. But at this moment in time, I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay. And yeah, I think every so often I'll just be talking about playing this game, maybe some headhunting, maybe some events. Who knows what the fuck I'll end up doing in the future, because it's still really high up in the air. I still have a lot to unlock, and I'm just going about it as I can and enjoying it. Anyway, I've been debating on how I wanted to do or go about headhunting. I, for the most part, did 20 summons, and I then just said, fuck it, and left. Not because I needed or wanted or didn't like what was going on with Levitain, I just didn't really care about Levitain. It's a bit different with Gilberta, mostly doing part that you can work with both physical teams and arts teams, but a lot of her kit revolves around other arts. So, for example, if I went with the team that I currently have right now, it wouldn't work. Like, I could try to change with, I can't think of her name right now. I'm thinking Aurora, but I can't actually think of her name.
Administrator.
Snowshine. This is pretty much the team I've been working out with. Usually most people have the pawn, fuck the pawn. I'm used to using Chin, and I work with this team. I was using Arknights, but I realized that it was a lot easier using Lefang with Lefang in the team than trying to use Arknights. So I could switch characters around, I guess, but I'll probably completely do different teams. Like, I'm still debating upon what I want to do for full electric team. And I was thinking of Australia, but now it's like, actually, let's say this. Let's hypothetical if I go for Gilberta, which I'm still debating upon, and the outcome of this video will probably be going for Gilberta if I end up getting her or not, who knows. And if I do, I will be switching out Australia with Gilberta and probably work out with that as a team. And then I could probably, in this scenario, if I wanted to use it as a main administrator with Chin, I could take out Snowshine and go with, let's say, Gilberta in this case, with a Lash, use a Lash, and then combo it up with her. And then Administrator will work well with the grouping of enemies. It's a possible strategy that could work out. A lot of people are now all of a sudden starting to talk about a Lash. I haven't really used the Lash all that much. Honestly, I've been just rocking out pure this team. Snowshine just being there because she's there. I could take her out for another physical-esque party member like the pawn, but I kind of like this more as a, hey, I could use her skill to do freezing to work with destroying, or whatever the mechanic is called, that breaks the ice and does damage.
You're here!
Not certain if it will mention it here. Applying vulnerability or physical to the image does the shatter effect. So that's kind of why it's like, I don't mind Snowshine being here. If I didn't need the HP, which I really don't need her for that at this point, I could just take her out and instead go with a Lash. Would that be a little bit overkill for Vanguards? Sure. But if I could somehow proc
Waiting
the
for your
shatter
orders,
effect more
Administrator.
often, I probably would switch Snow Shine out. I know some people are
I'll
talking
be
about
ready
Estella,
in
but I think
2
Estella,
more
like with
minutes.
anything with a lot of the arts implications, I would need some other arts to do it, like fire, electric, or what was it called?
Oh, we ready to play?
Nature, infliction. So, like,
Since
the
you're
only
around,
character
definitely
that
catching
could really
something
do
to
that without needing to with ease would just be Snowshine's skill, more so than anything else. Like, sure, healing is kind of nice when it needed, so I don't always just use the healing item, but at the same time, kind of nice that I could just consistently freeze the enemy and use that to my advantage to go full nuke mode and just do crap ton amount of damage if need to. Just proc Snowshine at the right time with the Fang skill and then Chin skill, and then just see the numbers fly. So yeah. If there was a better character that I could consistently freeze without the need to use other elements, I would. That's kind of the issue with the full physical team at this moment in time, is that if there was a cryo character that could consistently freeze, then I think this team would go ham, go hard, real hard, more so than anything else. But that is not the case, especially because they really want to either do like a elemental mix damage, or full melee damage instead of mix of arts and physical. They don't want to have one arts and rest physical. What type of strategy is that? Anyway, so it kind of works, but if there was a character that could consistently freeze, this team would go way harder. But I am enjoying using this team anyway, so I'm probably going to keep at it with this as the main for now. Yes, there are other teams I could use. I'm still debating. It's like I'm consistently debating, but I know I'm probably going to do that anyway, because I know when it comes to the amount of summons that there currently is still for me to grab and so much to unlock, I know without a doubt I'll probably have enough to go for at least 2 limited 6 stars guaranteed at this point in time, especially the fact that they keep giving out tickets that you can use. Due to that fact alone, and also me being a dolphin, I have not dolphined or whaled, I haven't splashed in the lake, ocean, pond yet, but given around the time that I feel like the next set of limited offers will come out, I will have the option to do that, if I really so desire. And really at this point, I'm really curious to see who is coming out next. Talking about that, they did release like an overview artwork thing that showed some artworks of characters and upcoming characters we don't have yet. For example, Monster. I was correct on the guess of that one character at the very beginning being Monster. And of course, I could probably show you guys here just a sec. Anyway, there's a lot of cool artworks from Over the Frontier. For example, this one kind of showcasing the names. You can't really tell here if this is supposed to be related to this dude, so I don't know the name. I haven't gone that far, obviously, to the story. They have Rodgon, Neferith, Audiashare, which is the one girl with the big overcloaked demon thing over her. Last Rites, and then whoever this guy is, and then Dapan, Mufu, Tang. The character that I'm really interested in going for, I think wasn't obvious enough from not my first reaction, but actually kind of seeing her in-game being blind from like the release trailer or soon to be released trailer. I do plan on going for her 100%. Partners and Perlica. There's so many artworks here that I liked. Of course, the administrators. Monster with other characters, being a gauntlet character, I believe. there isn't really Gauntlet-esque characters in the game yet, but I 100% believe that whenever she releases, or another character releases, we'll probably feature the new weapon, the Gauntlet as like a weapon. But here, if this is not evidence alone, this is on the actual Over the Frontier art review overview thing. Like, this is definitely Monster. Like, I don't know what you could really say, even with the lettering behind the character. It's very obvious. Like, they didn't really say in the story, but it's very, I mean, up to the point that I've gone through, of course. Unless it changes later on from the rest of the beginning chapters here and then into Ruling, unless something changes with that they do involve her. This is definitely, first time confirming that it is Monster, and possibly a Gauntlet. I could be wrong, of course, but I mean, like, come on. Like, I don't know what you could really refer to this aside from a sword, but why would you? I could see that too, but it's something to take in consideration. Of course. Yeah, of course. Like, I went for the ones that looked cool and I liked or enjoyed. I know there's also, like, this character here that I've yet to see in the story. So very likely, I don't know if she'll be first or if it'll be Tang Tang. But we will, of course, definitely have to see when that happens, or what ends up happening. So because of, like, the whole we don't know who's coming out after these next 3, I plan on waiting. Now, when it comes to at least the Headhunting, as I mentioned before, okay, just talking about the camera event that I could do. Oh, talking about before all of that, I hate this. Third 16 days in the event, you know how far I've gone? And I only have 16 days to rush over to this event? You know how PO'd I am about this? Not too much, apparently. But I don't like this. This is something that a lot of gacha games do that just annoys me to hell and back. Like, if the player is not that... You just launched the game, it has not even been a month yet, and you're trying to have the player rush over through probably one of the most longest beginner act, tutorial act, gacha games there is. With so much to do, and he's like, hey, bruh, you have 16 fucking days to get to this event, to this point in the story. And fuck you if you don't. I don't know what they're gonna do for events, but I cannot join it because it says view participation criteria, and I essentially have to get to Chapter 2 Process 1, and right now I'm at Chapter 1 Process 3. It's the very beginning of Chapter 2, but still, that annoys me to hell and back. Not a big fan of this. Like, it makes sense if this was, like, probably about 2 more weeks from now, like with the last set, the banner. But I think it's way too early to do this. But they did have this available. A camera event versus a guide event, whatever a guide event means. So, yeah, of course, yeah. I have, so there's 2 reasons that I mentioned, that I didn't mention. One reason, but there are 2 reasons. Of course, there's the account level, but this is also tied behind getting through the main first chapter before I get started doing the story events. I'm back and forth. Like, I don't know the significance, but they give you a long-ass time. Aside from this little 16 days, they were smart enough to do the story events longer, but for some reason they did not think to do that for the smaller events. Like, it's very likely I won't get to this and earn any of these rewards. You might say, it's not enough rewards. You know, sure, to an extent, sure. But I've heard that these are, like, really, really hard to get. You know, really good, the fact that you get 7 of them. Based off of skills, from what I hear. So, yeah, it might not be a lot of pulls, sure. But, bruh, progression really good. So, take that as you will. And also, I did try out, I did obviously log in, but I did try out Gilberta's child here, Drill. She seems fun. And it's like, there's a lot of things that make me want to go for her, even though originally I wasn't going to. I'm like, you know, I kind of want to. So at this point, yeah, it's a dilemma. Definitely is a dilemma. And because I want to mostly save, this is how it's gonna go. We're gonna try out this, okay? For a dolphin/whale from the past Arknights game, I should probably dip my toes in a little bit, even if a lot of features I actually don't like about it. I should try and get into it and see how it is. Also, I have yet to do any weapon banner pulls because I haven't really summoned all that much, and there hasn't really been a weapon I've been trying to get. A bit funny, but it is what it is. I have not even done the 3v10 pull for doing this weapon again for whatever reason. Anyway. So I have yet to do any of this. This is how much I've saved up so far, just from playing the game. I think you can also use the geometry, of course. But yeah, you can get it from other avenues than headhunting. A lot of people still don't think it's good enough, so take that as you will. Anyway, the last thing I want to mention as a reminder before I probably will get around to going for Gilberta, I should still have a pity. Yeah, 60 attempts to get her, aside from the 80. And this is not the main point, but I guess to actually guarantee her is still 120. Which I thought this will carry over with this, so that this will be 100. Yeah, every time I get back into this and talk about this, it just seems like the gacha system gets worse and worse and worse. From getting standard to this should be carried over as well for getting this character guaranteed, not overall a 6-star. So
Looky here.
talk about it. The main point I'm trying to get at, and I want to mention, unless it's not in here, they're not showing off who's the next character, which I think is interesting. And they're waiting until she is available. Let me see if they showcase it here. I don't think they do. There was a screen that showcased that how many banners the character was going to last for. And unless I passed over it, Yvonne is going to be in 5 different banners. So she was in Surtur's, or Levitane's, Gilberta's, her own banner, and then when Surtur or Levitane disappears, when Gilberta disappears, and after that, she'll be gone. So she's been here. You have a higher chance, at this point in time, you have a higher chance to get Yvonne than any limited character by far. By none. Just because of the amount of chances to get her on the off banner on 5 different limited banners. Now, I wish they did it in complete batches instead of this rotation, because personally, it's kind of more boring that way. Like, I get it, you have a chance to get the character, but if you didn't really care about any of the characters for some time, then it's just like, what's the point? Now, whenever this next character will come out, my prediction's probably Turntime, because that's what they showed off so far. They could change it, of course, but they showed off Turntime will be this. Or the possibility of her being first, because she's the only one that they showed, aside from highlights of being playable in the future. Yeah, I think this will be Turntime. So there's still a chance that, let's say I somehow don't get Gilberta, I don't do enough to go for Gilberta, 120 fucking pulls for Gilberta. Because that pity doesn't go, but the 6-star does. Yeah, I think it's actually worse because of that. Hence why I only did 20, because I wanted to see. Goes it? No. Sorry, but no. This gacha system only benefits and what's the right word I want to think of? I want to say gift, but that's not the right word. I gotta think of it. It only benefits. There we go. That's the word. Kind of the word I'm thinking of, but I think it works best here. It only benefits whales / dolphins / leviathans, because it really wants you to do 60 summons consistently, and most likely you'll probably get the character 6-star and 60 to 70 summons. But if you go to at least 60, you get a 10 pull, which adds in, aside from the 30, get a free random ass 10 pull that means nothing. So in reality, you're getting pretty much, if you go for 60 summons with money, you'll always be getting 70 summons, which means there's a good chance you'll always be getting at least 1 6-star per banner, regardless of being the character or not. That is the limited. So at least that's another thing that I don't know if many people realize is the goal of what they want players to do. The game is also doing fine financially. Like in China alone, they made over, was it 12 million, 120 million? Well, I think it was either 12 or 120 million. I think it was over 120 million dollars in China. So like this game is doing really well. So take that as you will. Now as a showcase, I got Zahi in Japan. And I did at least 20 the fact that I got Alicia the first time, and then Zahi. Last 6-star, aside from the 6-star selector, was Arknights. So at this point in time, we'll see what we get. Like, to me, at this point when it comes to 6-stars, sure, I wouldn't be a bad idea to get the other 6-star standards, but I wouldn't hurt getting potentials. Mostly for the artwork, more so than the strength of whatever they get from the pot. That's how I feel at this current moment in time. Maybe different for different people, but to me, I do like the artworks and what they're going for with the artworks for now. Maybe I'll get tired or done with them, but that's just how the system is. It does kind of, that's another way that they encourage you to pull in this game. Is the social status and the benefits of grabbing multiple copies, not for strength alone, but for visual and social benefits. Okay, splashed in the pool a little bit. This is all I'm gonna really end up doing for now. But I think this is all you really need to see. You can pause the page to see what I went for. I'm gonna be really honest. Sure you could go for this, but I don't think this is really worth it unless you need the 100k. But I don't think T credits are really that necessary to go for. Like I have over, look at this, over 1 million already. So for me, I just don't think it's worth going for this personally. Like there's other ways you could go for basic and unless you really want some standard. If you want all the standards, I guess. No point really. But I did do this. You still get a bonus, so that's cool. Which is a lot, 388. Pretty much, this is pretty, I would say about 30 to 35 pulls, give or take. Because if you take 120, that is pretty much a 10 pull, essentially, give or take. Divide that by 380, you get like 30 pulls and then 235. Somewhere on there. And then I did the bundles getting that. So essentially I have about enough to guarantee a 6-star, not taking consideration the ore bells I have saved up. I don't plan on using the ore bells, but I don't know if I'm going to really go far enough to go for Gilberta. But we'll see. I might change my mind here. It comes down to what I get, and if I decide to change on something specific. Okay. Again, there's no guarantee I'll get this character at all. Trust me. I don't know if I will. But if I do, cool. If I don't, well, that's what it is at the very end of the day, I guess. So, it's a gotcha game at the end of the day. So without ado, let's get into the Headhunting session. Now, personally, I don't like to always watch Headhunting sessions, personally, unless it's just more or less I'm trying to do something else and it's on the side, kind of like listening to something while doing something type of thing, multitasking. I don't tend to do that anyway, but if I were to, I guess, Headhunting session in the background, sure. But in terms of doing, it's a different matter. If you had all the reasons in the world, it'd probably be really fun. But anyway, I also want to say this has not changed. I thought this was like a one-time thing, but I guess this is going to be for all banners. So there's like 10 pulls you can get for free. 60 pulls gives you a guaranteed 10 pull in the next for free for the next banner. And then if you do 30 pulls or 30 attempts on this banner is another 10. So technically, we're going back to what I was saying about the 60 pulls and then you get another 10, technically you get another 20. So you're guaranteed, like I was there, but it actually is a guarantee, or not necessarily because this doesn't count into pity technically. But you do get 80 pulls per. If you do 60, you get about 80 pulls per banner, essentially. If you've been continuously doing 60 at some point, you know. Anyway, let's get into it. Now, I have seen and I have heard that this can change into a 6-star, so that is why I'm going to be keeping the animation on. So for those that are wondering, yes, there's also the whole skip mechanic shenanigans.
Cast it!
I'm not going to worry about that too much.
Well, well, look who it is. The legendary Administrator. I picked up a couple of whispers on my way here. Curious to know which one's the most accurate. Since you don't know me well yet, here's my offer. How about I tell you a secret in exchange for a little something about you? What?
Okay. I like Reina. Anivera. I have to actually see your thing
myself again.
to get it right. I will be saving each 10 pull for Discord. So. And I'm going to get a lot of Arsenal tickets from the packs as well. I think I have enough or close to enough to be able to get the 6-star weapon guaranteed, so do another one. might just troll and block this up here so that no one knows if it's a new character or not.
End of.
I might do that because if everyone's just
Catcher.
looking at this and see,
Team
oh, he
C7.
did it or he didn't get
My
a new
role is giving the
character,
team cover and logistics
I will
support.
probably do that
I specialize in
I probably
defensive
will do that
operations
from here
and
on
I'm
out.
good with the blade.
if that's a thing.
Catcher.
Okay, 5-star.
O knowledge most ancient, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the codes of malice. I am Saihi, Administrator. May you be enlightened.
I don't know if I'm missing any 5-stars personally, but anyway, we're pretty much getting standard luck here. Okay, 40 more to get the guarantee. After this is the free 10 pool. Generally, they group the 5-star together, so if you get another 5-star, they'll be grouping them together, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 type of deal.
Catcher. Opti.
Hi.
5-star.
Excuse me, is this where we sign up for the job? Nice meeting you. Name's Alesh. I like to read, and I can do angling with my eyes closed. Happy to be on board.
In the future, I do, like, in the Arknights, I think we will get more 4-stars and more 5-stars. And I hope that each set of banners do give us more 4-stars and 5-stars. Which does kind of leads to the point of, if some of those new characters we've seen, if all of those characters will be the next banner, are some of those characters 5-stars? If that's the case, then rip my ideas for certain things, but we'll see.
Cap.
We'll see what they end up doing. Okay, so this is the freebie 10 pool here. For American but instance, the free does not count towards anything. So this is if you get it, if you get it, if you don't, you don't. Most likely you won't. But who knows? You never know. It would be kind of cool if this did have a higher chance to occur later, but this doesn't really matter too much. It's a thing, but
Oxy, 7 skirmish.
Catcher.
I'm not too interested or crazy about
Catcher.
it. This is probably going to be the last character
Catcher.
doing parts of the theme.
We meet again.
Maybe not
Got
from
an
the
engineering
what's
problem?
already there.
Put it out.
For races
Consider it
and
fixed,
chances.
and I will be even
They
happier
keep-
if there's canteen work for me.
They do keep the rates of when you get a 5-star and when the next guaranteed 5-star is, because it's also a guarantee for 5-star. So, because 5-stars act like 4-stars in other games. Well, these 4-stars are interesting idea, and I do hope they add more. That would probably surprise people if they do, but I kind of hope they do. For new weapon types, new mechanics, new play styles, new 4-stars to explore the idea of said mechanics, weapons, etc., etc. Which they kind of do that for normal Arknights, so that's where I got it from. The idea. I should really put that down next time they do the survey. Anyway, 30 more pools to get a guaranteed 6-star, as well as the dossier 10 pool for the next banner for Yvonne. We are now getting into Arabero. I probably will. Can I just exchange for Arabero? Yes. I did get even though I wasn't gonna do it originally, I did get the pass upgrade with the art geometry. What was it? So 338 or 388, I think it was. So we'll do that. Okay, sorry about that. I was focusing on family members and like that. Hopefully I did Orbo right conversion. So yeah, that's how you'll be able to take all your orderiometry into Orberos by pressing this. You can just change what you need to. So we're gonna continue on using the amount that we have here. If we get her, cool. If not, I guess it depends upon what ends up happening in the future when it comes to banners. That's all I gotta say. Because I believe I have enough pulls to get her, guaranteed. Yeah, I will be able to. 45,000 ore barrels. Unless I get lucky enough to get enough 6 stars before then. Probably not. But who knows? My luck's back and forth in Arknights, so
Catcher.
that may end up being the
Team
case for
Z7.
Endfield.
My role is giving the team.
First 5 stars.
We meet again. Got an engineering problem? Put it out. Consider it fixed, and I will be even happier.
Second one.
Capello Wolfgard Lupin, Enfield Crisis Team. I represent the pack. Give me any merc job, and as long as our contract stands, I'll be your claws and fangs.
So, I'm not bored with the gotcha animations, but I feel like a lot of people are because they've played enough of this game. So to me, I'm still enjoying it. If you want to skip, you can, but I think that's kind of boring. At least for me, if I was interested in the animation, or at least hearing in the background. Anyway, we'll just skip. So, like I've been doing, I'll probably just do 5 stars for now. We gotta have suspense for you guys. Okay, 20 more attempts, 5,000 now, 56, so I need 40,000 ore barrel. Okay. 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 Okay, game. Okay, you don't have to go that hard talking about Arknights. Relax.
Op Team Z7. My role is giving the team cover and logistics support. I specialize in defensive operations and
Opsy, 7 skirmisher.
Okay. 5 stars.
Excuse me, is this where we sign up for the job? Nice meeting you. Name's Alesh. I like to read, and I can do angling with my eyes closed. Happy to be on board.
Okay. The other 5 stars.
Excuse me, is this where we sign up for the
Hey,
job?
Alesh.
Nice meeting you.
I'll
Name's
probably get a
Alesh.
max pot.
I like to
soon.
read, and I can do
I think I'm
angling
at
with my
4.
eyes closed.
I might be at 5.
Happy to be on board.
I believe I'm probably at 5 at this point. Thinking about it now.
Catcher.
Captain Akakuri.
And of Op.
6 stars. Serving set.
Greetings, Administrator. The name's Ardelia, and I'm a geologist from Rhodes Island. My current focus is the correlations between geological disasters and the ether side. I've heard about you for quite a while, Endman, and I have so many questions for you. Oh, there's something else. Can I address you as my professor?
Okay, Ardelia, or Efiala, however you want to go about it. Not bad, because this is technically my first pot, so that does technically mean she's going to be better off with more arts and physical sustainability, or whatever it's called. Pretty much she's going to be able to debuff better with the pot 1, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Granted, it would be cool to get a new one or of the 2 main team I'm going with, but I'm probably going to use Adelia at some point anyway, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Especially until I get a max spot anyway. Long term, I will eventually probably get most of these characters max spotted. So, take that as you will.
I have always believed that you will lead us upon the right path once more.
I think I'm almost
Welcome
done max
back to
spotting.
Enfield Industries, Administrator.
And that was the first 6-star of the banner. Wait before the guaranteed. I say that's pretty good, because that means that will probably happen again. I would say that was definitely a really good 10 for. Anyway, let's continue on here. Yeah, so another 79. It's very likely I'll probably get her before, obviously, the next guaranteed. So 2 times I'll get the 6-star before the pity. So take that as you will. I think that's pretty good in my opinion. Getting that 6 at that point meant I didn't have to use out all the resources, or even more resources than I could have, so... Or gotten really unlucky, I guess. Anyway, who knows? I might get another 6-star here, and if it's not her, that's still pretty good in my opinion. Hello? Okay. There we go.
End. Catcher.
Okay, 5-star.
Well, well, look who it is. The legendary Administrator. I picked up a couple of whispers on my way here. Curious to know which one's the most accurate. Since you don't know me well
I like
yet,
her. I like her
here's my
personality too
offer.
much.
Captain.
I do believe, as time goes on here, it's very likely we'll probably see an alter of Fluorite, especially if she keeps becoming a really popular character, and possibly we could see if there's enough fans of Avirana to see an alter of her if they actually do alters in this game. Who knows if they will? That's another question for another time. Anyway. Headhunting dossier, pretty much a freebie for next banner session. Probably will not get anything, but I'll probably have a video specifically or tied to that when that does happen next 16 days from now. Anyway, 60 more polls, 5 times 5,000 times 6 is 30,000, so I'd be saving 15k or a barrel. Unless I get lucky here. Oh, multiple 6 stars. That's 5 stars. I'm gonna confuse someone by accidentally saying something like that. Multiple 5 stars. Not 6 stars.
Opsy.
End.
Okay, 5
Oh,
stars.
knowledge most
Another
ancient,
Zai.
lead us not into temptation.
Okay, and the 5 star.
Edmund, oh, okay. Stick with the process. Here goes. Enfield operator Chen Yu reporting for duty.
Shin Shanyi. There you go.
Well, well, look who it is. The legendary Administrator. I picked up a couple of whispers on my way
Nice.
here. Curious to know which ones...
Awesome. Okay. Got that 10 full. It is a 0.8%, so it can happen, guys. It can happen. This comes down to if you're lucky enough. It's already happened before, so...
Opsy 7
Captain Akakuri.
Catch.
Captain of the Curie, Captain of the Curie. Oh, that's good.
Catcher.
Okay, I got the 5-star at the last one. That's good.
Greetings. I'm your operator from Rhodes Island. Codename Snowshine. I'm a search and rescue expert specializing in low-temperature operations.
I
Get me on the team
believe
if you have a mission in the ice fields or snowy mountains.
this might be the last Snowshine, or is it the second day? So I need one more the max popular. Surprised I didn't get a lot more. I've been getting a lot of Avirunas. So I mean, I'll take it. I'll take more Avirunas. Especially for the artwork. Okay. 3 more 10 pulls. Come on, you gonna give it to me? 5 stars? Nope. Also, getting a lot of 5-star means getting a lot more Arsenal tickets, so take that as you will. And also, I guess because there is the beta section, the weapons.
Got anything to say?
Since I'm probably
No?
gonna be getting Gilberta here, I'll go for a weapon too.
How about
so
we just call it a
there's
day?
that.
Captain,
Catcher. Catcher.
Which I guess,
I am Egert. Call sign is Arknights.
yeah, I'll take
I
that.
am not a trained weaver of words, but I wish you well, and may you flow like a rising river, Enfielders.
I will definitely take an Arknight. But yeah, if I get really lucky with the weapon banners, I can save a lot of the Arsenal tickets for later on. So,
Catello Wolfgard Lupin, Enfield Crisis Team. I represent the pack. Give me any merc job, and as long as our contract stands, I'll be your claws and fangs.
Captain.
okay. A few more pulls remaining before guaranteed Gilberta. And by the way, I've yet to do a full 10 pull
Catcher.
on weapons.
Op Team Z7.
so-
My role
Like
is
I
giving
did,
the
like
team
there's
cover
like
and
the
logistics
generic
support.
getting a
I
weapon
specialize in
full
defensive
types
operations.
animation, but not like actual like
Op
10 full
C7
system
skirmisher,
weapon
Flora.
summoning.
Got anything to say? O knowledge most ancient,
Okay.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the codes of malice. I am Saihi.
I could have skipped it, but whatever. I don't think the 3D renders look bad, but some people actually don't like it. They like some people like the splash art more still. Or is it like there is some like version of it that like the game shows aside from this. I think that's what I think people are talking about that they don't like as much. Anyway, by the way, when it comes to headhunting, I won't be doing it in bursts unless it's a freebie 10 pull like the dossier thing. So in this case, I won't be going like if I do your bond, it will be just from the dossier and that's it. And then everything else will be for later. Okay. Honestly, not lucky enough get 6-star early to see if we get an extra 6-star on top of the guaranteed Gilberta. It's the way it is.
Captain.
Which the best
of Op Z7
possible
reporting
case
for duty. I've
is
studied
getting
Originium automation and
11
occasionally help with modifying or
random
repairing
limited
Originium
characters before
devices.
getting
You may approach me for such
specific
tasks.
6-star. That's like the best case scenario. It sounds insane and
Catcher.
maddening, but
Op Team
it's the best
Z7.
case scenario
My
for
role
the
is giving the
Arsenal
team cover
tickets.
and
I am Egert. Call sign is Arklight. I am not a trained weaver of words, but I wish you well, and may you flow.
Okay. We'll skip. I'll take it. More plus, more artworks, possible strength increases. Anyway, Gilberta, last 10 pulled, I get her for free. So this is, at this point, unless it's the next one, next 10 pull, it's either this 10 pull or the next 10 pull is guaranteed. Gilberta, we'll see. I would assume it's probably this 10 pull, but if it's not, it's going to be the 10 pull. Best case scenario at this point is getting multiple 6 stars. Unlikely, but not impossible. So, we'll see if that happens. So this should be Gilberta. Another 5-star on the side. So yeah.
Catcher. Op
I
team
didn't notice
C7.
that the skip out was
My
available
role
or
is giving
not.
the team cover and
Why do I have...
Captain
Alright, I should
Akikuri
think-
of
I'll-
Operation Team Z7
I'll
reporting
do
in.
the Headhunting
The operations
session
dossier,
and editing
budget
the
summary,
video.
and action plan
The
are ready for
following
review.
videos,
Which would you like to read first?
I probably will block off the skip if that does happen, just to fuck with people. And that's in a good
Catcher.
way.
Op team
So people
Z7.
won't know
My
unless
role
they
is giving
look
the
and
team
see
cover and
my skip.
logistic support. I specialize in defensive operations.
Captain.
And all up.
It's the 5-star.
Well, well, look who it is. The legendary Administrator. I picked up a couple of
Okay.
whispers on my way here.
So
Curious
this
to
is
know which
probably at
one's
this
the
point
most
the max
accurate.
spot I'll be running. And 6-star.
Hi there. Oh, you have the rosy scent of beautiful memories. Like an incomplete letter destined for a special place. I wonder where that might be.
Okay, so yeah, no surprise being finally the guarantee of Gilberta. So there we go. I believe I do have her max spotted, so I should be getting extra rewards because of it, or not. I would have to look into the system again. But there we go. Continue on. Exit. There we go. So now at this point I can continue on, but I'm not going to continue on. That would be kind of stupid. In theory, I could do this and to get the guarantee 6-star to see what I get from these fools, but I'm just gonna wait. I can wait. I'm not gonna race too much. I'm gonna use the freebies that they give here. So that's how it's gonna be. I don't know if I'll have it on a video, but I'll probably post it in Discord if whatever I do get from the next guaranteed 6-star. I have not chosen a specific 6-star yet because, let's be really honest, I'm only missing 2 of them at this point, and if I get one of them, then I'll probably go for the other, unless I get all of them, and then I'll probably go for pots. So I'm not gonna choose specifically yet, but you can probably change who you want to go for. So anyway, we are not done yet because, as I already mentioned before, weapon banner time, Arsenal exchange. I have so much that I believe I can get the 6 stars, the 6-star of her weapon. Unless I am mistaken, but it seems like I'm guaranteed this weapon. Maybe because I haven't done the 6-star ticket yet. Because you have this. So, if that is true, that's kind of broken because, again, they give you this ticket to go for the weapon banner. But because I didn't use it, technically, I'm supposed to be able to get a 6-star. Unless something went wonky and I'm just able to get a 6-star for free. We'll see. It's a guaranteed 6-star, but it says 8. So unless that's 8, 10 pulls, then that's different. I think this is probably 8, 10 pulls. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. You can relax. Description and comment, people. I get it now. I just realized. Do I want to go for the freebie? Like, honestly, I'll probably go for the weapons of the other characters at some point. I might as well use the freebie, see what I can get, and go from there. Because I can get some random ass 6-star weapons that I don't know if I'll end up using or not. First time doing a weapon man. LBJ Edge of Lightness. Okay. I feel like they need to do something more to contrast the background text here, but you can see it here, so it doesn't really matter. But at the same time, they probably could do a lot better for the contrast in the settings if they really want this to be a bit more visible. But then again, it's also, I mean, yeah, it does actually say the name, so. Okay. I'm not expecting much. Then Chaser 3.0. Is that supposed to be for Flesh? Cool. Well, I'm not going to continue that, but we can do this more. So 2,000, that's 2,000 times 8 is 16,000. I have enough to get this weapon guaranteed. But I believe there's like some interesting system to play where you can like get a 6-star guarantee if you don't get it in like a certain amount of pulls. It doesn't really give that info here. View details. To go over things, there's a decent chance to get a 6-star being about 1%. Like base Arknights, but the 6-star of the main weapon has a 1/4 chance to be gotten. You can guarantee that weapon in the 8th 10 pull or 16,000 Arsenal tickets. Good chance, hopefully I get it before then to save for later weapon banners. It is like a huge system where like after a certain point you get guaranteed a weapon regardless. Not specifically the main weapon, but a weapon regardless. I think it's like 2 times for the guarantee. And then consecutive, 6 times guaranteed on the 4th. It does not carry over. And if I don't get in 7, it'd be the 8th. And this one will be that weight up weapon, and it will reset. Of course, it doesn't guarantee to other weapon banners. So yeah, we're gonna go for it. I mean, we have plenty. It's be a no-brainer too. Going as far as I could to get the character itself. Again, this is why you want to save, guys. By the way, because I had to go to 120. That's why I didn't go too hard in levitating. But even though I didn't go, this just showcases how much you might have to spend. A lot, by the way. It pretty much if you want to get all 3 gacha characters, not considering the weapon banners, it will pretty much be almost $300 to get all 3 characters. I would give or take about $100 per character, just on the safe side, is what I would say for going from the packs and the ore barrels. I think it was just the ore barrels. I might be wrong. It might just been the ore barrels I was basing off of. Or is it 300? No. I'm doing math wrong. 300 is just for the character. My bad. Just one character. Ignore what I just said in the last, like, 10 seconds. 20 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe at this point, maybe a minute. Anyway. It's 900. My bad. It's 900 for all characters. I'm being a little bit dumb here. because I already did the math and I already messed up what I wanted to say. But yeah, it takes pretty much about 900 banner summons to guarantee all 3 characters. I mean, $900 of banner sessions to get all 3 characters guaranteed from the set of limited banners. Unless you get lucky, then maybe less than that. But personally, that didn't really happen this time around, so... Anyway. Let's try to get this weapon. See if we get lucky. Okay, so I'm not entirely certain how the weapon gacha system will look like for a 5-star. So hopefully we get it before the guarantees of 4th and the 8th. 5-star. OBJ Razor Horde. People are gonna hate me on Discord. Anyway, that's because I've been doing that for Discord, so they should probably realize that if I'm gonna do it ahead of the session, then yeah, it's gonna be a lot. But hey, these people will know ahead of time before you eventually watch this video. So good roundabout way of saying, hey, join our Discord. Anyway. Stanza of Memorials. Way the one word. Monhai. No, Monhi. Monohi. Oh, I'd be getting closer there with the pronunciation of that weapon. 12 questions. I love that name. There's a lot of meaning for that name. I like it. Kind of goes hard. And OBJ Velocities. Okay. Velocities. Oh, Velocities. A lot of 5-stars. I didn't realize it was 5. I thought it was 4. But it's 5 5-stars. I believe that is our second handful. Okay, yeah. So hopefully getting it 6-star here. Nope. Okay, 5-star. Either that, we'll skip. I would say that last banner session was really good for 5 5-stars. After the session was 5 stars, probably really good. I'm not too much of a whale, so I would say that's pretty good, in my opinion. Okay, another 10 pull. This is the 6-star guarantee. So I don't know if there's anything different there at the start, so I should have looked at the name of the weapon that I needed to get. Okay, 5-star. OBJ Arts Identifier. Another 5-star. Same thing. Okay, 6-star. I believe that's it. Delivery guaranteed. Well, my friends, I got lucky. I'd say that is the best thing that could happen weapon banner wise, because that means at least by the time I get the next 6-star, there's a good chance I can easily get that weapon for that banner character. Unless I use the remaining to go into another banner weapon session for a different character from another 6-star. That is optional. Would I? Probably not, but it's there as an option. Delivery guaranteed. That is 100% trying to make sure this is out. Yep, delivery guaranteed. I can continue. And I could grab another 6-star weapon that I don't really need. On top of the fact of... Well, okay, so I have to do 14, so not really need it, but... Okay, I won't continue anymore. In theory, I could do these weapons to see if I can get it. And does it... I'm assuming this stays pity-wise, so in theory I could continue going for this and eventually get this weapon for Arknight if I get really lucky. Anyway, quota exchange. So I'm starting to get a lot of this now, so I can exchange for getting him. Not necessary. Grabbing this, that I can probably get 250. Infinite of this could go for 1,000 AIC quota. So I could grab myself more of the banner summon, but not necessary. Which I probably will use the rest of the tickets when I do log in as freebies, and I'll probably update you guys on Discord anyway on how those go. Now, I see. So with 6 stars, I can get points into this. And so 2 max pot 6 stars will eventually be able to get me to choose a weapon. So if I decide not to go for these weapons here for the other 6 stars, then eventually when I max pot one of them and I keep getting that character, I will be able to get their weapon. Now, in theory, if you keep getting lucky enough, you could probably save up enough to get one of these standard weapons. Now, they could introduce more standard 6 stars, which would be interesting if they do that. I think if they want to spicing up the standard pool to make it not like too punishing, I guess, then yeah, my suggestion would be to add more standard characters over time, just so that there's at least something new, and make it new 6 stars to grab more so than past 6 stars going into it. That's my opinion anyway. It's up to, I want to know from you guys what you think. Overall, the likelihood of getting to this point is going to be a long ass time unless you're a big gotcha whale player and you're spending so much that you somehow haven't grabbed these weapons yet. Then sure, this is very likely you'll probably get these side weapons for the main standards. For those that are wondering, I think it's obvious at this point, just based off the look. Lasterite, Ardelia, Pog, the Fang is Lance, and these two might be confusing, but this one is Embers just because it looks like it's like a lot of arms going into it. I guess is the best way to describe it. I mean, up to you how you want to describe it. That's how I would say as a identifier. Or you can think of Fang Red Sword being Hogs. This is red. But yeah, I don't know if you would go for the other weapons, honestly. But anyway, that I believe is going to be it, or at least the hunting session for now. Also, if you guys want to friend me up, there you go. Also, someone did send friends request Tatsumi. Cool. Also, all I remember. Let's see. There. I know you're able to edit remark. I'm gonna do that on the side, actually. Anyway. To finish it up, we'll look at...
Leave it to me.
Pots. So let's kind of see here.
Watch this! Awesome, right?
So we got our second pot for her, more agility and physical damage. Stone Shine. One more until she is max pot. Avirana, I believe, should be max potted. Missing me. Awkward. Can't go wrong. Very experienced. Not expensive, experience. Carrot and sharp stick. And the last artwork unlocked with a max spot. There you go. Now, they probably could have done a lot more, I think, so far. Though then again, I don't have much max pot 5 characters, so I can't really say about the others, but I don't know, there's a part of me that feels like they probably could have done more, but I don't know if that's necessary or not, because I'd have to look at the other max pot characters. Because I do like these first two more than that one. But I mean, I think the last one's more of a general, like, art piece than the other two being specific art styles. I don't know if there would be a good example 5-star related. So, okay, they might be a little bit similar with each other. Yeah. I think that's actually more on point of, like, last one. Aside from Catcher here. I think Catcher's kind of breaking the mold a little bit. Anyway. Getting to pot 1, Ardelia, more accessibility percentage. Some say it'd be a bad thing because you get it for free, but honestly, I think it's a good thing long-term or free-to-play to get her as a pot, because then you got it for free, you might as well get at least a little bit stronger of a free character. If it's done once, you know, you might not get that unlucky later on. Again, how long you'll be playing is important to take into consideration for some of these gacha games. Okay, Sahi, we got 3, so not max pot yet. Don't know if I'll end up using her, but... I actually like this artwork. I know a lot more people like that one probably than that one, but I don't mind that one. Okay. We're gonna be able to get at least 2 pots of her. Child of the Storm. Wolfguard, I believe it's max pot. No, actually, one more. Hunting Hour is... Okay, I've seen this one before, but... Nah, I've seen it, so it's the administrators, and... Oh yeah, that one's a funny one. ultimate energy, less percentage, so you'll be able to activate him a lot more, and his special a lot more. A lash, I thought I had him all potted, but I guess I didn't. Anyway, more SP recovery. I think that's probably pretty good, given some people are saying he's pretty good, so... Strength and effect. Combo skill, your angling improved. After continuing with Rare Fin, the entire team gains more attack for 10 seconds. That's not a bad buff, I would say. Heavily detailed. Okay, it's an interesting one. The pan. 2 pots. Harmonized flavor. And more strength and more physical damage. Okay. And then Perlica. I don't know if she'd be max pot. Oh, no, she'd be max pot. Okay. And then Protocol E, so skill 741 is improved. Critical rate 30%. Okay. And that is their artwork. So they are a bit different. This one I actually do like. Okay. I think Perlica, it does seem to have really good arts here to see. But being kind of the main character makes sense. And
Ciao!
then...
Wanna head out for a walk? The colors of the sky look absolutely fabulous today.
And... we got our weapons, so... switch. Delivery guaranteed. That's actually up to 10%. So each time 3%, so about 3, 7, 10.5, so about 3 enemies. It only takes 3 enemies, 3 lifted enemies to get 10.5% damage. Not bad. I don't think that's too hard to...
It doesn't matter which new weapon I'm getting. I'll just add a dash of arts. And look! It's floating in the air!
I mean, I would be surprised if that wasn't the case. Anyway, so that, my friends, is I think the best way to go about headhunting. Not gotching or railing, but saving to guarantee the character and weapon. By this point, if you have not tried to go for any other weapon like I have, and just used what you've gotten for free as a baseline, then it wouldn't be too difficult to eventually get both the weapon and character guaranteed. And if you're lucky enough in this scenario, like I have, or the weapon anyway, you can save the rest of the arsenal tickets for later, for future characters, and based off that, you could use the remaining if you get even more lucky for the other weapons, for the other 6 stars that you have. You don't have to worry about Ardelia, of course, unless you've got everyone else maxed out except Ardelia for whatever reason. But you'd be able to go for me, this is I'll probably be able to go for Paganich and Lefang. So anyway. And finally, because I have so many, eventually this will be changed to something else. Just saying. When the factory gets to that point. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video. Mostly a headhunting session. A lot of it's gonna have to be cut out, but yeah, there we go. In theory, if I continue playing a decent amount, I should have enough saved up for the upcoming future set of banner characters, and if I go for a split one, we'll see what ends up happening, of course. Because anything's possible. We may get like multiple 6 stars, 2 to maybe 1 5-star, maybe a couple 4 stars from those list of characters. You never know what they will do. Maybe all of them will release 6 stars, and that's going to be like multiple sets of banners. Or they're going to do a new 5-star with a new 6-star. Or at least maybe 1 to 2, maybe 3 5-stars per set of batch of characters with the new 6 stars. And maybe every couple sets of batches we get a 4-star. Instead of 4 stars. You don't know, really. You don't know. This is obviously still like the first patch of the game. We really don't know how they're gonna go for future characters. Personally, kind of expensive to just get a pot of a character, not a pot of a character, but just getting the character alone. So personally, I'm not gonna go too hard in this game. But I'll probably focus on going for characters that I want to get, more so than anything else, and just hope I'm lucky. And that's how it's just gonna have to be at the end of the day, unless I decide to be a dolphin, a whale, swim in the oceans again. It's kind of been a hot minute since I did it, so anyway. As always, if you guys did enjoy, make sure you leave a follow, and the description below is Discord, so please go check it out. Aside from that, good night, summons, Shanty, be safe and be healthy, and I will see you all in the next Arknights or Arknights Endfield video. I don't know how things are going to be out, because the next video is going to be the CN livestream reaction, and then who knows what will be next. Could be ATO, could be this video, maybe this in between ATO. We'll see. But until then, peace.